commands. They can do some pickoffs, but... Oops, wrong button. They can do some pickoffs, but it's not as clear-cut as Virtus.Pro's. Not saying that Virtus.Pro's lineup is dead easy to sort of pull off, but then again, I mean... Tidehunter kind of plays himself sometimes. Press R to win fight. Same with Lich as well. They're together, press R, win fight, that sort of business. But, yeah, Alliance are going to have to play very creatively, I feel. Anyway, I've caught the lineup here, who's playing what for the moment. So, playing for Alliance, or Team Model, the Alliance of Mercenaries. On the Radiant side, we have Pycat on Troll Waller, My Nuts on the Puck, Aki playing the Bane, fucking Mad there on the Faceless Void, and EGM back on his old team as the Wisp. Playing for the Die team, for Virtus.Pro, we have Jotun there on the Ancient Apparition, BZZ playing the Jakiro, G playing Lycan, Setoi playing the Tidehunter, and Yol playing on the Lich. Hang on, where's the Tidehunter? Okay, Tidehunter's just blocking, I think? Wait a minute. Okay, no, the plan appears to be to solo mid the Tidehunter at the moment, which actually... Alright then. They are going to solo mid the Tidehunter. Lich will be taking off, but Lich is actually really good offlane. Like, he is amazingly good offlane. He won't necessarily kill anybody, but he manages to equilibrium incredibly well, and he just naturally, like, straight up, your opponent loses 25% of their farm and experience income. It is incredibly frustrating to play against. On the downside, you can lose your tier 1 pretty quickly if you're not careful, because basically playing creep down. The creep always under your tower can be quite frustrating, but the supports for Alliance don't actually push that well, so it's not like you're going to have a quick rotation of an Enchantress or something, knock it down. A Puck as well, also not fantastic in that regards. Now, Setoi, it's actually a pretty good matchup for him. Pycat, there's only so much you can do. His range is actually not that long, so it's actually pretty easy for Setoi to move up and anchor smash him, which is really going to limit his harass potential. Meanwhile, Bane going to wrap around. You're going to try and pick off God, maybe? No, I don't think they can. They don't have the damage to do it, so it will be the offensive trialing with the Wisp. And in this case, because they're playing against two heroes and one of them's a Lycan, this is actually quite plausible for them to actually win this. But the problem is if they just give a few levels to the Lich and then have him rotate back to that top lane, suddenly this trialing is going to lose so much. And this is the other problem as well, they don't even like jack creep waves that easily either, which can be an issue. So they can't really use it. They just basically they sapped a bit of experience, but they didn't take over that pool. It's unfortunate. Actually, they're not careful. Like, they need to apply some early pressure. They don't. If they lose this early pressure, and did they just? Yeah, they just messed up that. Oh no! Wait a minute. I think it worked. EGM partially pulls this. This is the issue, though. If G actually gets some early levels, this can be a big problem for them, because the Wolf Harass is actually going to be quite strong, particularly against EGM. With no armor, he is very susceptible to getting beaten down by wolves. He has opened up with a bottle, though, so he has got some sustainable regen, hopefully, if they can use him to camp the runes on the top. But at the moment, he's not moving in position. It looks like the 2-minute rune might go to the Tidehunter. They let that one go. We're going to have Nightmare going to go down. Jotun now caught out. This could be trouble for him. They have Ducky Magnet coming here. He's going to leap forward for the slow in a moment. Although it's going to be, yeah, there we go. The leap comes in. Auto attack should manage to pick this one off. And a First Blood comes out. And they will just beat him down there. So the aggression comes out. This is definitely stalling out the Lycan at the moment. But on the other hand, Virtus.Pro seem to be happy with how things are turning out here. They're giving early levels to Jakiro, early levels to the Lich as well, and just allowing these two to get ahead. And they might rotate later just to create space. See the nukes there coming out on Minus, is harassing him down. Yol trying to avoid tanking aggro there. Actually, no, he's going to cop the aggro once again. And settling the mid. I am definitely very worried for that trial though, because like I said, Virtus.Pro is getting objectives elsewhere on the map, and Tidehunter is going to be getting early farm, which basically leads us to a big ravage early on, and that could quite easily cause a wipe up in the top lane. It is going to be quite scary, the VP. If they hit their timing on their ults much faster than that trial, I think they might have some issues. And it's only going to take one or two bad fights, and suddenly that top lane is going to be behind. At the very least, though, Void can play from behind. But that's in a normal circumstance where you pick a lineup to basically take advantage of that. Like an underfarm Void who's behind, when backed up with something like a Scarif Mage, can obviously make things happen. In this case, Alliance don't have that huge burst of damage to dump into his Chronosphere. So it may cause an issue. And now it looks like they're caught out here for 3v2 here. Not looking good for Alliance. They are in trouble. EGF taking a lot of right-click damage there. And there we go. The Howl comes in. And there's that damage feeding G a kill. No armor. Not a fun place to be when you're getting right-clicked down by a Lycan like that. 70 damage a swing and 0 armor. That's just a meme. Which, though, sapping more experience. In fact, Minot's not in range to pick that up, so he is definitely causing some issues here. See, this is the real issue when Lich plays against you, and the aggression they're putting out here. Minot is basically on par with the Lich, who should be less farmed and less basically behind him, because he's a dual lane versus a solo lane there. Now Aki though, going to chase in. Jotun now cutting trees. There should be a... No, actually no, he's going to walk in the forward, slowing them down with the vortex. Doesn't matter though. The auto attacks there. Doesn't even need to proc a bash. We'll bring him down. Top room going to get snagged by Lycan's bottle though. And this is the advantage that VP have, I suppose. The fact that Lycan has a plan B, if he gets in trouble, as his top lane is turning into a bit of trouble, he has a plan B, you can just go and jump off of it. And with the heroes that they have, it is fairly dangerous to do this because of the TPs. I mean, they could be TPing supporting right now, but they're not. They're actually allowing Lycan to die. So Lycan will go down here. But if Tidehunter, for example, was carrying a TP, that could have very easily been a turnaround kill. He TP's in, level 3 Gush, level 2 Anchor Smash, and Wisp just explodes. He's got -2 or -5 armor at that point. It's very easy for them to get that kind of turnaround kill, but obviously not when they're not carrying TPs. In fact, nobody. Jakiro, Yo, not carrying TPs, so just let the Lycan go there. It is only 1 death, only costing him about 120 gold, so there could be worse things to happen. In this case, they get an objective. It is the tier 1 bottom tower. Although in this case, Puck should be okay to continue farming this lane. He is relatively elusive, and they don't have good CC against him in this case for the bottom lane. He's going to cop some harass for sure. Meanwhile though, if something's going right for Alliance, it is the fact that Kai-Cat is actually completely outdoing Seto for the moment because he's not leveling Kraken Shell, which is interesting. He does, and now he's actually picked up the Gush now. Sorry, picked up the TP scroll, so he can actually come out and help. And there we go, Titan's going to TP, and he's going to make sure that they get this deny here. He's going up for Ravage, but only Ravage if he wants to go for that. He could go for the Gush as well. Might go for Ravage now. There we go, Ravage comes out, catches him, so I think the target will be EGM. No, they might go for fucking no, it will be EGM. Just pick him off there. Bash comes out on 0-0 now, trying to back up. Doesn't have the Kraken Shell though. We'll take it out. Brain Sap comes in. Some turnarounds here. They're going to go for the turnaround. Jodem. Down goes the Chronosphere. They will get one. They're going to go on BCZ now. BCZ in trouble. Burning down. They're going to jump in top, sliding them down. Ice Path comes out. Dodge by fucking man. We'll back off there. Aki though smells blood. Wants to keep coming in. Now comes the Lich. In comes the Frost Blast. No chances. There we go. Pumps it in. Aki now taking damage. Needs to back up. Has got Brain Sap up. He's only level 1 though. Has got his level 4 if he decides to take it. Meanwhile though, Pycat finding himself a double damage rune, and EGM getting back into the fray. As you see, the swing there does favour Alliance, although I think that's actually telling you lies. But they do get the knife, which will slow the end. Now Pycat coming in, the mix has TP'd in, and a slowdown Yo down top, and he's the Frost Armor himself, doesn't do it. Doesn't matter though, he goes down to their nukes regardless. Now Minot's being chased off here. And Alliance actually getting ahead there on the kill board, taking a tier 1 return. This Alliance actually playing quite well now. The fact that this Trilon is working out for them is really, really good. And we saw there, basically, yes, Tidehunter has got good damage, has much better damage with the fact that he's taking Gush and the Anchor Smash and bypassing Kraken Shell. But of course, the downside is, well, he's a hell of a lot squishier than normal. And Void, they just turn around and auto-attack him into Oblivion. They do at least get the pick-off kill there, but it does speed Void a kill. And he picks up the Master Match. Void now up to 3 kills. If anything's going on Alliance's way, it's Baker. He has picked up something early on. He dodges the Ice Path. Well played there. Gonna get chased now. He's got the speed to it. Bash comes in. The vision from the orbs. And they'll pick off the Jakiro again. Alliance now making ground here. Should be able to push in onto this tier 2 if they want to. But on the other hand, it looks like they are just keeping the Lycan now on the bottom lane, just making sure he finds farm. See Setoi there. Just back up. He does have Ravage up in 30 seconds. Jodem coming back. Yeah, it's got nothing major just yet. And Void up to level 7 now. Ouch. And you compare that, like that is a like this is how much those kills have meant to him. That is a tri-laning Void who is ahead on experience compared to a solo mid hero. That is actually insane. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Brain Sap going to come out here. They don't have the lead script though. It's going to transform. Should be. No, he's not going to get away. The damage is too damn high. The double damage rune comes out along with the Brain Sap level 3. And Lycan just disappears. Virtus.Pro currently falling apart at the seams here. And these scrappy fights. Heroes just sort of fighting one after the other. No set 5v5s yet are really favouring Alliance. Once the 5v5s come out, pretty much it's going to be on the back of these Chronospheres. If Puck gets a blink, things are better. But until that blink comes out, it's pretty much going to be on the back of amazing Chronospheres for Alliance to keep these in the fights. Because otherwise playing against Ravage and Chain Frost and Ice Blast, once Ice Blast actually comes up, But yes, it is going to be tricky. Very tricky to make these 5-on-5s work. And what time it comes in, gosh, the Yank smash so much damage on Void, but they don't have the follow-up just yet. And Void will walk away from this, leap away from this, in fact. Oh, he wants to turn around here. We're going to heal him up there with the bottle. The Tether going to come in as well. He's got a Chronosphere. This could go very ugly. VP in a second. Ravage is there, so he's going to need to catch this tide. Might want to go for the pick-off on a squishier hero, though. He's scouting. Wisp just trying to stay out of vision there. He's going to jump. Goes for the kill here on Chikyo. Don't know if he's this squishy inside. Wisp, unfortunately, tethering into that there. Will get caught out. Ravage going to come through. EGM now in trouble. EGM going to go down. BCC now backing up and fucking mad. So much damage. It backfires horribly. The tether causing Wisp to just jump into the Chronosphere and kill himself, essentially. Ouch. That was an awkward one to do there. Lycan, though, does get picked up in the mid in the meantime. The Dream Coil proving too strong for him. There we go, Seto going to come in here. Jenna trying to get away from the... Oh, no, his Minus does get away. It's out of mana, though. If the Slow had come in there, they probably would have gotten a kill. Level 3 Anchor Smash against the Puck with no armor from the Gush. Very ugly stuff indeed. Minus, though, looking for the stack there. Are they going to give that to him, or they might actually just give it to Troll? Oh no, they're going to give it to Minus. And yeah, no, I like this. I think they need to. They really need his Blink Dagger to try and alleviate the 5-on-5s, which fortunately so far Alliance haven't really had to take. But as we saw, 2 kills there not going their way, and in fact feeding some much needed gold there to VP. Void losing a 4-kill, yeah, losing a 4-kill streak. In fact, giving it over to the Titan, who may have his Blink very soon. Yeah, there we go. Goes to the Arcane Roots first, but his Blink is definitely soon to come out. Meanwhile, they're looking for a kill here on the Void once again. Needs to be careful. The Master Man is quick cause Mitchell said. Ice Path coming out on... Okay, they're not actually going for him. Just harassing. The Ice Path being used to farm creep there. As BCZ is dumping boots and dropping boots, just trying to make sure that he doesn't trigger the cooldown there. Meanwhile, mid lane, Tier 1 is under pressure here. Fortunately, Alliance's lineup here doesn't push that well. Taking a long time to get through stacks, especially when Mitch comes by, just drops by to get the armor. Actually, no, I'd say it doesn't push well unless Troll ults. If Troll ults, yeah. That tower goes down super quick. Unfortunately, though, that does mean that they don't have the ult for the fight, which obviously, Void loves that ult. When he Chronospheres, he wants the Troll ult to come out because it just gives him so much damage. But you know what, if you can snipe a free tower with a Troll ult, why not? Go for it. Especially the Tier 1 mid. They can clean up this 2 towers bottom. They can probably actually threaten the Roshan pit. The Troll is actually not half bad at helping them clean up Roshan. And they had the Wisp to help him tank as well, so they could try and sneak the Roshan. Obviously, though, it is a risky play doing that against the Ravage and the Chain Frost, and the Ice Blast as well, actually. Now all those 3 big team fighting ults are up now as well. Actually, even Macropyre is a decent threat, considering they have got the Ravage to set up for it. Even 2 seconds with the Macropyre is a lot of damage. For VP, they're going to decide, you know, well, we've got the Road, we've got the Lycan, let's sneak out the Roach first. And do Alliance suspect? Yes, they do. There we go, they're going to scout it out. Puck going to grab an invisibility and might go for the steal here. Pops the invis. And it's actually going to go for the kill. Wayne Rip's going to come out there. There's a Troll ult as well. Going to go on top of the ledge. Can he disrupt the Chain Frost? Chain Frost comes out. No bounces, so Puck going to fire off the illusory. Might need to jaunt away here. Will jaunt out. Actually, you know, he's fine. Lycan actually just running for his life as the TP support comes in from the relocate. And will they try and take the Roshan now? No, they won't. They'll just let it go for now. But Lycan is free to try that in a second as well. He could just go back in for a second round, but now that they know they're trying to do it, we're probably going to have Void hang around the mid lane. And obviously Void is huge. In fact, they throw down a ward to make sure they've got vision of what's going on, and this might spot that attempt. No counter wards coming out. Yule's picked up there for Jakiro. And Lycan, unfortunately this ward has spotted, it's seen the movement. Can't see him exactly, but they know he's there. And they're going to try and make something happen. There we go, Troll's going to come in, the slow's going to be there. Lycan does not have his ult now. Lycan is very dead, I believe. He's not getting out of this wave. Yeah, no way for him to escape there, and a unstoppable streak there for the Troll. Warlord, Pycat picking that up now, and yeah, with the Lycan down, maybe they can seek the rush. They are going to make an attempt at it. Void has the Chrono, and with this ward here, should give them enough intel to jump the time that they could at least try to slow them down with the Chronosphere. And they're thinking about it, but they see trouble coming as they lose vision, and now they're worried. They see the Lich up there. Chain Frost, obviously a huge deal for them to worry about there. Okay, Pike, no, he ducks back in. They want him to try and make this happen. This could get ugly. Chain Frost is actually down for a minute, actually, come to think of it, so they do have to worry about the Ice Blast, so Ravage and an Ice Blast could definitely spell their end. Titan coming in. The Dire have got vision up on this high ground. Ice Blast going to catch a Park. He's got Yields as well. I don't think he will. They could use Yields to try and disrupt. So actually, no, it doesn't have a blink yet, so no, it's going to be fine. Won't need to use that Yields on the puck just yet. Now Settle being chased back. Can duck in front. Going up for Settle. They can pick him off here. Yields are trying to sort Ice Park before. Great play there, much kill. Not enough though. Fucking mad though, taking so much damage from the Magnifier. Will go down. The Masked Man is working against him. Meanwhile, you're like going his ult down there on Pikehead. Pikehead now being chased by a dog. Can the Lycan get him? No Dream Core slowing him down to Aki now. In trouble. Wolf throw down the brain sap. Little Ice Path coming though. And Smash World Lycan trying to disengage. Lycan running for his life. One auto attack. No, it's not enough. He bottles up there. Meanwhile, we'll lose Aki. Void is dead. Aki down. Minart's down. And that is 3 down. VP with all 5. They just keep the Lycan away. And is this their chance to finish off Roshan? Roshan though has healed up a fair bit. They will need the Lycan to get back up, but with Chronosphere down, I think they can do this. They've still got Ravage as well, they didn't have to expend this. I think the first Roshan is there. We see a 1,400 gold swing in favour of Virtus.Pro, although they actually know it did cost them a 5 back down the time. It was a great play there for BCT to try and stall. He used the walls, used the Ice Park, but it wasn't quite enough. They did get some nukes in on Titan, and he did end up falling. Still no levels of... Wow. Still no levels of Kraken Shop Titan. Still only level 9. He is definitely falling behind. We see fucking mad. Level 10, almost level 11. His level 12 can come up. Your miscommunication! That yours disrupts the attempt to gush him. Doesn't matter though. The damage is real. Holy crap. It just explodes. The Masked Man is really a double-edged sword here. Places Void just melting. Now Lycan hasn't actually... Alright, Lycan... Yep, okay. He has cleaned them up there. We'll go back to heal up though. And with that medallion, yeah, he can just rip through Roshan. Troll Waller going for an SMY. I don't mind this. I mean, in this case, I feel like you can definitely justify it. The SMY early on just gives us some early brawling capabilities. It's just an all-rounder item to help him sustain into the mid-game, keep momentum. And he's gotten it early too, so it is a lot bigger of a deal when you get it fast. And in this case, I mean, yeah, they need anything to help them fight, like right now. A BKB soon as well would really help as well. Just so we can avoid the Ice Path, the Macropire, the Chain Frost, all sorts of spell that they want to avoid. But the SNY is also pretty nice at this stage as well. Considering he picked it up before the 20-minute mark, he definitely needs... He wants a BKB up and running before the 25-minute mark. If he can find now, Bean script there on Lycan now, Hospital ready. Chronosphere still up, will catch 2. Ice Path comes out defensively. Might find enough time. No, I think the Void gets this one. Chain Frost comes out. They will get a kill there. Lycan though, it's just his first line. Chain Frost bounces still to Minus, so many hits there. Minus, well, Wolf is trying to eventually. Pygate gets another kill there. It's on the leash now. They've got the dog back in play. Respawns back up there. Ravage comes out, catches 2. Down goes the puck. And now EGM in trouble. He's got no armor. So much physical damage. G. With that, Aegis comes back in, cleans up 2 kills. They don't manage to find the Void though. If they got the Void, that would have been such a coup for VP there. But in the end, they will take an 800 gold swing in their favour. They do lose the Aegis though. But you see, bit by bit, Virtus.Pro are chipping back at Alliance's early 6k lead, bringing it down now under the 2k mark. On the plus side though, Lycan, I would say, he's good late game, but in the face of a Void and a Troll together in the late game, I think Alliance definitely have the better late game lineup. Of course, we say that, then again, double Ravage and a big Ice Blast, it's anybody's game in the late game. Like, anything can happen. It's definitely harder though. I would still say the Ice Blast comes out, gonna hit EGM, I believe. EGM gonna snap, yes he will. The Urn Burn though will cost them the Ancient Apparition, but I think he's pretty happy with that, considering they opened up on him there. Getting that return kill, very nice for him. As we can see, yeah, VP come out ahead, just slightly economically. But yes, going towards the late game, I feel like Virtus.Pro probably want to be taking more towers, taking advantage of the fact that they have a Lycan. It is tricky though, against the Puck and the Void, split pushing the Lycan is difficult, but I think they really need to put that teamfight power and the Lycan to work, otherwise they may falter in the late game, coming up against that Void and the Troll together. Those 2 heroes do actually play pretty nicely together. It's not a huge wombo combo, but Troll Warlord's ult is amazing with Void. There's no doubt about that. Meanwhile, Void now going for the BKB burst. Instead of Maelstrom, the early Maelstrom, I like this because he just needs some matchup resist. Like, he just needs the ability to walk off the Ravage, the Yules. He just needs to stop getting basically crowd control. Like, he throws down these great chronos and then gets crowd control. It is probably pretty damn frustrating for him. And I believe the BKB should be the next item on Troll Warlords to get list as well. Hell, if they could find room to find a mech, it would also be very, very useful for them as well. Tide, working on the mech for VP as well, has got his blink already, very close to the mech, not very far away from that at all. Meanwhile, oh, Void, oh no, he's fine, the Ice Blast is going to whiff. And that looked like, I think it's Lich drawing that, saying, hey, let's check their jungle, maybe? It looks like a smoke up in the dark jungle, maybe, or are they planning to counter gap? They've got a smoke. I think they're planning to go and smoke, and Void, Void is going to face tank this smoke, disrupts it. I think he's realized it's been seen, though. No, yes, he does. He knows everybody's missing, sees one hero and says, you know what, I'm getting the hell out of here. This is the danger zone. We'll skirt back behind his tier 1. Meanwhile, they're Lycan just farming away. We'll pick up a stack of Ancients. He's also got an invisibility when involved, but VP, they're looking for an opponent, trying to use that smoke to scatter at any opponents. They're not finding anything though, and there we go. Wisp is pinging their general area, saying, hey, they're probably up there. But right now, VP's momentum seems to have been stalled out quite a bit, and this does worry me a bit for them. They've definitely got great team fight, but they're just not finding those huge 5v5s, really. And they're not finding a whole lot of momentum that they need. They have brought it back a bit, though, like a fair bit, which is good, but again, it's starting to stall out, and I feel like they need to keep riding that gravy train. We've got to keep that momentum up and just ride it into the late game, if possible. And in this case, it is stalling out a fair bit. Now, can they find the Yules on Puck into an Ice Puck? Doesn't look like it just yet. Puck now just picks up his Blink Dagger. And this really helps open up Alliance's initiation. VP still have some pretty damn strong initiation. They do have the Tide Hunter. But any kind of shenanigans like the Refresher will be delayed here because he is going for the mech first. As you can see, he has stalled out quite a bit indeed. But it looks like for the moment, Alliance are going to sack the tier 1 top. Just going to allow that to go. They might actually use trade for the tier 1 bottom. And in this case, it's more valuable, I would say, because the Roshan pit is definitely going to be hotly contested with the Lycan opponents against them. They're going to want to try and maintain some control. And getting rid of these 2 bottom towers is going to be a much bigger deal for Alliance than basically VP killing the opposing short lane towers. VP definitely will want to trade for this just to try and prevent. Because as long as his tower's up, that gives them port options to try and defend the Roshan pit and just be really aggressive. Control, we'll take that tower, we'll get hit there. Now Blink in, a Ravage comes in, Shiva Ravage said, oh, what have you done? And you also trying to break the tether. We'll manage to not quite succeed breaking the tether, but we'll get killed on EGM. Just gets blown up there by the negative armor and the anchor smash. And Seto, he was going for gold, doesn't find it, instead ends up embarrassing himself. Big old Shiva Ravage right there. Lucky man, oh, they see the Lycan now in trouble, jumps in there, can throw down the ult, doesn't need it just yet, there's the bash, in comes the Chronosphere, the circle though, has to get placed somewhat dodgily, Ice Path, oh no, Ice Blast comes, Lycan though still speeds away, they will manage to miss the nuke, Troll Warlord, oh no! Gets picked off, they get counter-ganked, they're losing 2 heroes in return, now you'll lose on top of the Void now, time walk up though, should be able, no, the damage, it's so damn high! They lose the Void, they tried to pick up the Lycan, and VP, well, they make up for that missed Ravage. They pick up a couple of critical kills. They get the Troll Warlord and the Void. That is a huge Q for them. 2,200 gold swing in their favour. Unfortunately, though, most of it all of it goes to Lich. 1,100 gold for the support Lich. I mean, people bang on and on about Ags Lich. It's honestly, it's very much overrated, I feel. I would much rather see my Lich buy a Hex any day of the week. In fact, I see Liches buy Ags and I'm like, no, you... God damn it, stop buying that item. You clown. Buy a Hex. Hexes are awesome. Ags are literally overrated. It takes one awkward phase shift and you lose your entire Chain Frost. It's just such a waste of money. Whereas one Hex is something more. Oh boy, Andy, what are you doing, buddy? Meanwhile, they will jump in. Oh, there's the counter kill. Meanwhile, Tide in trouble. Looks like it was bait there. They pop the mech, trying to keep Tide alive. Tide, though, will go down. Counter kill's coming out now from Alliance. They're going to go for this one. I don't think they're going to get BZs either. BZs should sneak away. Yold is TPing. Will we see an aggressive Time Walk here from Faceless Void? No, we won't. So again, Alliance, they strike back. Pick up some kills, but as we can see, it does cost them a buyback there. 800 gold down the tube there for Bane. Oh, EGM ending up in the mid lane here, and there we got a Soul Cuirass now for... Oh, man. It makes EGM so squishy. Like, just disregarding Gush, the Medallion of Courage, just straight up. Eo walks into the fight, he's already at 0 armor. Anybody right-clicks him, he's just folding so good. Like, it takes 9 right-clicks from these heroes to pretty much kill him. From even just Lich. Let alone getting anchor smashed, or Lycan deciding... Like, one crit and Wisp is literally going to lose half his life. Uh-oh, y'all. Chain Frost, and Chain Frost gets got it up. No, it's on cooldown. They will pick off the Lich. Titan, they're going to come in. Great ice pass. What ravage there. Selling now coming good, but they counter with a 4-man Cronus Bit. Oh, no, the Wolves. The Wolves and the Dots, they managed to pick up the Void, and now look at that. A double kill. Virtus.Pro strike back with that ravage. Sedoy definitely making up for his earlier blunder there. 4 kills. Ouch, that looked like they weren't going to get anything pretty much. Again, a massive swing. 2,400 gold in VP's favour. I think this is definitely the net worth in their favour. Yes, it is. Now in their favour firmly. They're finding some serious momentum going into this late game. 25 minutes in and they have a decent late game. And their late game is... Oh, ouch. Yeah. Yeah, the supports are going to watch out for this troll. He's going to now. They need some Ghost Scepters pretty much. They can find it, and VP, they take those series kills, and they click the second Roshan. Oh no! Into the Ice Bug, and a Chain Frost coming in. EGM gets obliterated now. Troll also next to the menu. He will manage to salvage that though, or bounce a lot of that, all of that damage from the Chain Frost. The BKB coming into play, and I think they will just cut their losses. Yes, they will. I think that's smart play from VP. They realize, you know what? Okay, we don't mind. We don't know if that Void has the chrono up or not. Let's just back off. We got a good kill. We got the Roshan. We picked up the Wisp. Let's just back out, play it safe. We have no urgency to dive for silly kills here. Now Minart's also working towards Yields, it seems. Definitely helps buy him some time if he's being opened up on there by the Lycan or the like. And this armor, like you look at, like this is, I suppose, one of the issues that they're having right now. Alliance they're having is a huge armor discrepancy. They've got both a Vladimir's offering for VP as well as the Assault Cuirass. Putin's offering. Yeah. So yeah, they've got this basically huge armor discrepancy. It's like a 13 armor discrepancy between the two teams. And when you've got Troll trying to right-click his way through this, and Void, like it really just limits their damage output quite significantly, especially they're trying to hit on the Titan now. He actually has max Cracker Gel, and you're walking into the Anchor Smash as well. It's actually a lot of damage that they're resisting. It feels like Alliance now, they're just struggling to get the damage out. Actually, we didn't even factor in the fact that Alliance have a mech as well. There's another 2 armor, so it's around about a 15 armor discrepancy between the two teams, and that is a massive amount of armor difference between. That's like a plate mail and a half difference between the two teams in worth of armor from just everybody. That's insane. Meanwhile, they're going to pick up here on BCZ. You know it's an offensive Yield's trying to slow him down there. Meanwhile, Pycap finds a kill there on the Titan in the top lane. TP support is coming because G is looking for a kill. Wisp going to... Oh, look at the damage! The Wisp! That's what I mean. He's got no armor in the face of the Lycan. Just literally eats him alive. If you can eat balls of energy. Just gets obliterated. Nothing he can do. The EGM just gets obliterated. Look at the Lycan, 800 damage output. There's like just a right click from the Lycan. He has negative armor, use the Medallion of Courage, negative armor there, and just right clicked it for 800, 900 damage. In 3 hits. That's just, how do you keep your Wisp alive? Like you have to land like great chronos, great tethers to zone the Lycan away from the Wisp, which is a really big ask to be honest. If the Lycan just hangs back and they open with the Ravage and try and cause a fight like that. You'll see never mind, he's going to dodge out there with the disjoint. Will manage to go, doesn't jump away. Now he's on cooldown, going to try and buy some time. Yules himself will manage to phase shift again. Should be able to blink out now, I think. No, he's going to cop an auto attack. They're going to have to draw it out now. Joining the tree line. Oh no, he's in trouble here. Zenoid finds it, waiting for the anchor smash here, pumping the fake. No, blinks away. Puck, where's he gone? In the trees again. He's in a pathful area though. I think he's just gone south. The fact that it's nighttime keeping Minuts alive. Minuts needs to... Oh, he doesn't have a TP. Oh, Senoi's found him again. He was given away by the animation sound, I think. And blinks out yet again. So much shenanigans here from this puck. Just cannot find a safe point to jump into. And another ethereal jaunt. And I think this time he's finally said, no, the pinging 4-star in. Ice Blast coming. Punch blinks again. Holy crap, space created. We've got 4 heroes down here chasing this puck. Cue the Benny Hill thing. This puck again jaunts out. What is... Oh, he buys the TP finally. Oh my god. What is going on? Anyway, space created. Tier 2 top goes down. 4 heroes chase puck around in circles for a good minute or so as G finds another kill though in the jungle. Just runs Bane down. Nothing Bane can do there. He can't even Nightmare just because Lycan can just juggle the Nightmare with the wolves. An easy kill there for Lycan. It was just obliterating Bane. I hear a teleport coming in? Relocate? Where did it go? Okay, no, relocated. No, ouch, EGM. Yeah, EGM's dead. Just gets burned down by ducks there. Unfortunately, there's not enough there. Oh, and here comes the Chronosphere. In comes the Chain Frost. I don't think it's enough damage because Void not. The BKBs are up. Now Lich finding himself a little bit useless here. Settling out. Get a trip taken out along with BCG. Both of these heroes go down. And Minuts is here. He's got a Dream Core too. They could go for this kill. They don't have a like at all. Dream Core, double Dream Core down. Now y'all gonna go in there. Doesn't matter. He doesn't have the Chain Frost anymore. In comes the Whirling Axis here from Pycat. Slows down G. G now in trouble. 3 seconds to his ultimate. Gets Yules up in the air, but he's still gonna finish it. So he's gonna get away here, I think. Turns and goes for the fight. Says, screw it. Game on. Let's go. Let's fight. Turns around. Gets obliteration. You know, just obliterates the control there. And he's still got the Eats here. Now looking to have Monkey Man jump on top of G. Has to leap out though. Decides he doesn't want to fight him. Says, you know what? Reinforcements might be coming. Ice Blast could be coming. Let's just get the hell out of here. And G just man fights these heroes. Holy crap. Ice Blast coming in. It will be off the mark though. It's not something you see every day there as Troll Warlord just gets obliterated there by Lycan. Lycan just man fighting him. Has finished up his heart now as well. He did not have a full heart in that fight. He did just have the Reaver. But now the heart is done after that fight. And Lycan is 2,800 health. And 35 armor. That is going to be a hell of a... Like, how much resistance is that? It's like 70% nearly, I think? 67%. Now, so let's math that. Void is doing 180 a swing. Taking 60... Yeah, so Void is probably doing about... maybe 70 damage a swing before Bash hits. That's pretty ugly. On the plus side, nice part. Oh, Yules, very nice. It doesn't matter. The BKB has come up. Ayotum now is very dead. Yucky Man, they're just going to try and TP out. They didn't have any... No, they don't. Chain Frost on cooldown there. If Chain Frost came out, they would have managed to pick him off. Unfortunately, he would have BKB TP after he secures the kill. But they do lose the Wisp, though, as well. So 1 for 1. And Virtus.Pro. There we go. It's kind of like an arms race, these... ACs, they have to, one team picks it up, you've got to get yours as well. So Troll Warlord will manage to now bring that armor discrepancy down a fair bit. I think that's a very smart buy from them there, and will help them out. But also will help get some of the damage through like we were mentioning, 67 physical damage resistance, when the large majority right now of Alliance's damage that's coming out is from Void and from Troll, and it's mostly physical. So I think that's a pretty damn big deal there. Like, even Tide, when he's in the Lycan, is going to have something like, there we go, 21, 25 armor roughly when he pops a mech. That's a lot of armor when you combine that with his damage block as well. But still, I feel this is anybody's game. It is still in VP's favour, as you see Alliance brought it back a little bit, but still in VP's favour, as we mentioned earlier. Just for sheer late game, like 6 slotting, right-clicking firepower, Alliance do have the upper hand. They scale better in the late game. Whereas VP are very much dependent on two big ults. Largely in the late game, it's going to be most of the Ravage and the Ice Blast. They're going to have to basically make those work so damn well as I think Bane saw them. Bane is singing, but they're going to go after Bane. Now Ravage comes down. Going to catch just all to one man. Ravage, it doesn't catch a whistle. The whistle is still in trouble there as they're going to go after Bane. Bane should be able to get away. No, he's not going to get away. There's EGM now in trouble. I don't think he gets out of this one. No, he just gets snapped there. They will clean up both supports. It does cost him a Ravage, though. Meanwhile, Void finding some space to farm. Chikira's going to come in here. I think he needs to be careful, though, because Chronosphere's still up. Yeah, he might regret this a lot. Ouch. BZZ, what are you doing, buddy? That's a long TP for Seto. Negative, you know what? Let's go for 2. Psalms comes out. Oh, holy crap, Seto just getting obliterated. Yeah, but he doesn't have that armor bonus. And they've got the enemy AC up on top of you, he just melts. He really needs to be like an AC around to stay alive in these fights. So yeah, 2,200 gold there. In favour of Rollins to swing there. So now going to go, pick up a couple of good heroes. Let's go for this Roach down. Holy crap, they can blow us up quick. Troll also picking up Blink Dagger. This is honestly, like, I like this. I like it a lot. And its most discounted, it's just sheer mobility. Like, Blink Dagger is good on just about any hero in the game. It is that good. Mobility and positioning in this game is such an important factor. And it just basically allows Troll to pop his ult and then immediately just latch onto a target of choice. Just go after those priority targets. I think is and especially when he has to play around a Chronosphere too. I think that's a really good pickup from Troll. I think Lycan at this point in time may need to get... One of the issues that Lycan's going to be facing going into this late game is the blind effect from Troll is going to be a big issue for him because he does not have either the Monkey King Bar or a BKB. Or even a Manta to try and get rid of it. So I feel like he wants one of those items. Preferably, I feel like he's got the survivability, he's got lifesteal, he's got good damage. I feel like he just wants flat out damage, just to help burst these heroes down. And there we go, look at this, he's going to go down on top of G, Flycat, going to go after GG, now going to pop his ult, should be able to run away though. Unless he got some serious chain bashes. Meanwhile though, Flycat breakout, EGM looks to be in trouble, here pops, the Ghost Scepter, and he will snap. The Ghost Scepter keep me alive from the smash, unfortunately the DOT is coming out of Chikira, burning him down. Dots, 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 way too much for him to deal with, just total AIDS. And amping the damage as well with the Ghost Scepter. Chikira has also picked up the Shivas. I think it's also another nice one. It just makes that Chikira so damn tanky as well. Getting that armor. And also the attack speed nerf, the attack speed, net attack speed, can be a pretty big deal against Void and Troll, who are very much built on their attack speed to deal damage. Minus now TPing out. But the momentum for VP, they gained great momentum in the mid-game. Fortune didn't do too much with it. I expected them to take some fights, get some towers, but they got the Aegis and then didn't really manage to get objectives after that. And it's just bought time for Alliance to get back into the fight. As we see their Trolls picked up some major items. In fact, he's bringing up a Daedalus now as well. He's getting very fat indeed. Faces forward less so in terms of stat, Darren, but now he's going to jump forward. He's going to look for Vince. He got the fun one though. And VP just fade away. That's some good measure. But now Troll is in trouble. His BKB's still ready to go if he wants. No, we'll actually manage to get the distance there. Just walks out of the fight and blinks. Despite being gushed, they could not get the damage on top of him to keep that triggered. The man does have cheese. Let's see whether or not he needs that. I feel like Tide probably should have been working to 4-star is nice, but I feel like in this case, because VP are on the back foot in the late game, I feel like he really should have rushed that refresher. Although in this case, he might actually need a 4-star for the mana pool, but I feel like you should definitely focus on getting a refresher ASAP because they are going to need this going into late game. It might be a bit too late. He hasn't had enough farm, hasn't been taking huge Ancients active at the beginning of the Ancients, they do stack up to the Lycan, so he's a little bit behind in farm. In fact, a lot, he's only on 97 CS. But nearly 40 minutes in, that's actually pretty low. So he's nowhere near having a refresher. I think that's going to bite in the ass as double Daedaluses are coming out on Alliance's side. So they're beginning to get really stacked now. Troll Warlord has enough to bite if he wants. But he's just waiting. He's just saying, you know what, let's just keep buyback for now because I don't even have the slot anyway, so what's the big rush? In fact, I think he's going to buy it now. Courier is on the way to pick up something and it's probably going to be his Demon Edge. Minuts now, he's lurking near Lycan. Lycan though just going to TP out and he is picking up a Monkey King Bar most likely. Once he picks up the Monkey King bar, things could get tricky. But it's almost like he wants, keeping at the Abyssal Blade as well. If he can burst down either the Troll or the Void, there's a good chance they can take this fight, just because it can stall the fight out a fair bit with Tidehunter. Because Lycan is not going to go down that quickly. He's got a lot of armor, he's got a lot of health, and he's got lifesteal as well to sustain. And I mean, Void will have to be careful. One or two, like once he gets rid of, like once he gets the BK, the Monkey King bar up, he can't rely on that Troll Blind to help him out. And one or two good crit, like one crit while he's got a Mask of Madness turn on, Void is just going to explode. That's going to be like 500 plus damage. Easily a third of his hit points. And then we have Monkey King bar done. I feel like he definitely wants that Abyssal as well. Just needs that lockdown to go through the BKB. Just so he has an option to open up on something. Like Void, like this is one of the funny things you can do, of course. Just keep pre-casting the Abyssal on Void, and if Time walks in, you're going to Abyssal him in the face and then annihilate him. Like he actually has to be really worried about it. Because if you keep pre-casting that on Void, and he jumps into the Abyssal and gets Abyssal, trying to bring down the Lycan, he's then going to eat the Ravages. And by the time the Ravages wear up, he is a dead man. Puck has picked up a Hex. The Blink Hex though is super strong. And this is one of the issues playing a single core lineup like VP are playing. The CCs are definitely a big problem for him. The Fiend Script, double 4-star board. Can they make this one work? Puck does not manage to get away there. Will be caught up, doesn't manage to phase shift instantaneously as he lands. And will get caught out there. As I was saying, like they are playing against the Fiend Script. The Chronosphere, the Fiend Script, obviously the Hex, the Blinking Hex as well. A single core lineup is highly vulnerable to this, so VP have to play very, very carefully. Now Trolley's Aegis has expired, still respawning though for Roshan, so no chance to use this Death of Puck to try and sneak in a quick Roshan. I might go for a fight though. Tidy cancels, realizes he's got a haste, decides, okay, that's not happening. And they keep the corner in position here, Troll, the high ground. Oh, choked him, so much damage! Pycat there, lucky that he copped some damage, I think. There's something that triggered his blink, otherwise he would have gone to that low ground, I think, and just obliterated him. In fact, he wants this, he's going to blink, he's going to go for it. No, they've got Visionary Stone. Uh-oh, that's dangerous. In fact, they even precast. They even precast the Ice Path. Because, okay, Ancient Apparition saw the ward, he's got a gem. Meanwhile, Void solo pushing the top lane. Alliance now around about 5k advantage, but roughly at this point in time, it's going to come down to execution. Both teams are nearing their peak. Although I say that, and Tidehunter is still nowhere near a refresher. That's about the only I think that's the only tipping point left to come. The refresher, maybe the Abyssal there on Lycan. But largely they're reaching their peak, and it's going to come down to execution in these fights. Who engages, who gets a really good alpha strike is going to be all important. It's going to decide how this game turns out. Oh, Curious. Oh, there's a medic courier carrying a cheese there. It's Puck. See what he goes for next. Might even be a Shiva's of his own, actually, would be really good. And he can slow that Lycan down, would be really nice. Or a Scepter, actually. Scepter, although actually they don't really need the Scepter. The Lycan doesn't have a BKB and isn't likely to go for one because he's playing against a Grip and a Chronosphere. Yeah, actually, you know what? The BKB is not that useful. I mean, it's still okay, but it's not great. Not as good as the BKBs are against VP. The BKBs for Alliance are essential. For VP, less so. Well, Mad Cop in the Ice Blast, but still continue to push this top lane. Just threaten it. Gotta be careful of those pick-offs though. As we saw the double 4-star proving potent in picking off the Puck. And Void is definitely very susceptible to getting Yuled into an Ice Path. Could quite easily burst him out. He's still very, very squishy compared to, like, you look there, 1700 health and 15 armor, 20 is near the drop. And compare that to like in the draw second low goal, actually just getting a blast with it. Ouch. And he's actually tipping into that. Okay. 4-star number 1, then a second 4-star. Yes, there's a second 4-star. Fuels comes in Ice Pump. And Void now, no, he's got the BKB in time. There we go. Doesn't get caught out. That BKB keeping him alive. Void had gone out, that could have been very, very messy indeed. kind of want some hexes so they can find them. Lich, yeah, you know what, he's building a Heaven's Halberd. I would have liked to see the Hex more just because it's hard to disable. They can avoid the Heaven's Halberd with stuff like BKBs, for example. But obviously the Lich, it is very difficult to farm the Hex, so there is that. But at the very least, I mean, maybe they can force out an early BKB, which at low durations, at 4 seconds is actually pretty significant. Oh, but on the other hand, Troll is still on 8 seconds. Void, less so, I think. Void's down to 6, so Void's actually going really, really low. And there we go, Lycan working towards his Abyssal. Pycat is pretty much 6 slotted, apart from possibly getting... Well, he should actually get travels. As we can see, if you look at the difference between survivability, Troll Warlord, 35 armor, 33 armor, and 2,300 hit points. Compare that to Void, 1,800. As he gets ravaged there, Chain Frost going back in trouble. Oh, Void though pops the BKB, pops the 3-man chrono as well. Decides to disengage. You know what? There's still 2 guys out. I gotta get the hell out of here. We'll TP out just in time there. Oh boy. 2 down, both supports down, and Roshan not up though. Oh, unlucky for VP. If Roshan was up, that would be a free Rosh. Free cheese, free everything. But as it is, I think that's enough time for Wisp to respawn there. This Troll just getting out the hell out of dodge. 3.9k in the bank for him. But yeah, we compare the Void survivability as well. 1,800, like 1,800 hit points to 69. We compare that to say Lycan. 35 meanwhile mid lane. Oh, ouch. Ouch! Oh, wow! Yo, just gets obliterated. Troll blinks out as well. Holy crap. Pycat with the plays there, picks off 2 supports and then just jumps out. How did nobody trigger any damage on him? Must have been the BKB bouncing all that magic damage and nobody right-clicked him. That's unfortunate. I see Puck doing some de-warding. Yeah, like in 35 armor and 3,400 health. Oh wow, oh, he actually sells the Vlads. Okay, Void jumps in, they realise there's trouble there. Both supports down to BP. Buyback's down, they're going to try and defend this Rosh attempt. Ravage. Oh no, Ravage is on... I don't know if they can. Ravage is on cooldown. Let's see if Alliance realise this. I think they do. They're not worried, it seems. They're just going to go in. And with Lich down, Ravage down. I don't think they can defend this. Lycan's going to go for it though. Macropie comes in trying to zone them. Now they're going to throw in there. Jumping in the cellar. Bonus pick comes in. It's only on 1 though. Meanwhile, the Aegis will picked up there by Void. And G! Oh, G just commits suicide. Oh no, and then the whole team, I can see a white Eagles trying to take Void out of the fight there. Here comes the Ice Part. EGM just aggressively porting forwards. Tether going to come up. No, not using the Tether. Not going to spin up his team just yet. He's in fact just going to kick the Tether to himself. There we go, now he's going to use it, and it actually tethers them out. Okay. Questionable tether, meanwhile, Minot's going to bounce some damage down. Fucking man, take a lot of damage. Can he go down? The Whoop Tree, the Aegis. That's a coup there for BP. Cost him a buyback from Lycan though. And in fact, they might get the second kill of Fucking Man. He doesn't have a BKB either. And they've already used the relocate as well. Will time walk out in the trees. They might know he's still there though. Ravage going to come up in 7 seconds. EGM now in trouble. Used up in the air. Will they spot Mad? Mad could be in some serious trouble. He gets hit here by this Ravage. 1 second. No, not used. Yes, here we go. Are they going to go for it? They might just protect G. G got the kill. Ravage comes out. Goes on top of the Troll. It's a 2-man Ravage there on the top of the Minots as well. Can they pick up a kill? Buyback there from Jakiro. And Puck will get cleaned up, but the one that they want, the Void, he will get away. And Void actually gets a refresher. And G now is looking for a kill. We'll pick up the Bane. Support's going to go down as well. But the kills they want, the Troll and the Void get out of there. Just barely. But at least VP do pick off the Aegis, so there is that. I still think a very questionable engagement from VP. Like, that was just why. Tide did not have Ravage, so they had no way to control that fight. And even with Alliance blowing a 1-man chrono on a Ravageless Tide, which obviously, I mean, they threw the chrono down because they thought he had Ravage, which fair enough. They couldn't take the chance. But G just literally walked into 4 heroes and it just got right-clicked into Oblivion. Like, you can't really take on 4 heroes. He doesn't have a BKB to shield him. Just got smashed, blown up. It was just literally just committing suicide, so I don't know why they did that. Forced a buyback on him as well. You know, they did at least get the Aegis off the Void in the ensuing fight, but cost them a buyback. It's pretty expensive, to say the least. Actually, whoa, oh wow. That jump there, 14,000 gold lead now for Alliance. And with Void, with a refresher now, just wants those double chronos all day long. And again, this is a huge issue. Like right now, Alliance know this game is going to be won or lost based on can they kill Lycan. And if they can just CC the single core lineup, they can just CC that single core guy for 10 seconds or so, he's not going to be able to get damage out and he will die in focus fire. It's a minion on the mid lane. Chronosphere going to come out there. Ouch! Down goes Jakiro. Can they get a follow-up kill here as well? Jakiro's dead. He used a buyback, so he's down on timer now. 100 seconds. Refresh Chronosphere there. Uh-oh. I think this is a Rax coming up. Yeah, this is looking pretty ugly as Troll Warlords has picked up a Satanic. I think this is definitely a Rax. Unless Alliance do something really goofy here, this is the guaranteed Rax. This Titan does not have a refresher either. He has no Ravage for 20 seconds. Void could just go ham if he wanted to. These guys are clustered enough to get at least a 2-man Ravage, a 2-man Chronosphere, and really they just need to pick off the Lycan. Right now, Alliance are playing it safe. Okay. They're waiting for the creep wave. They're still going to go for this. Still going to go. They're not waiting that long, but they will just wait for the creep wave to push into the tower. And they'll try and pick the tower. Still 50 seconds on Jakiro, which is important because it is actually causing issues for Void inside the Chronosphere. The Yules is actually pretty irritating for them to deal with. And the Magpies, even if they only zone, they just do push people off targets. I'm free tower. I'm going to take that. I'm going to snipe that tower. Nice play there by Pycat. Clever choice, mate. Clever decision making. Miners out, coughing some hits. Man also taking some hits as well. We'll just back up there. Oh my god, this freaking troll. What a troll. Snipes out the range Rax. And Lycan ults. Oh, that is a waste of an ult there. In fact, oh, maybe it's not big enough. They're going to pop down the Chronosphere. And actually, G can't do anything. They're going to lose. Yeah, Titan goes down. Buybacks instantaneously now. Pycat going to go on G. G's just getting bashed and bashed and bashed and bashed and bashed. Down goes G. He's on a buyback Titan. Void is just going ham here. Void's just doing whatever the hell he wants. A Yule's there on Titan, and Titan tries to force staff out. Minus chasing back to well. The Ravage, bought back for Ravage, doesn't even get to use this. They've already lost their core. And this is a double Rax, easy as pie for Alliance. In fact, easy Megas. There's no Lycan for a full 90 seconds, a minute and a half. This is Megas for sure, and that's game. This is the best of one. Alliance taking this one out. I'm going to call it. I don't think come back for this now. So Megas are up. And this Lycan, 80 seconds still dead. I mean, they could just end this. The Ravage is up and that's it. That's all they have to find. In fact, the Alliance is screwing around, saying, you know what? Let's get some kills. Let's fountain dive. EGM wants blood. Minus wants blood. Minus gonna no, pops the Ghost Center. And we'll just blink out, he's fine. Minus just playing Ring a Rosie at the moment. Just again creating space. For Void to not kill buildings, apparently. Void now jumping in as well, going to go after the Tide. Tide still has Ravage, now deploys it. Stacking damage on Mad. Mad though pops the BKB, and now he wants to kill Sidoi. Sidoi's just getting chased down. Yeah. One more hit. He blinks into the trees to get found. Chronosphere's just to find him. Wait a minute, what? What is going on there? Mad gets stuck, doesn't matter. Crit will finish the game, and Alliance will close that one out, so they will manage to pick up a victory, and they needed this one. Alliance have been in a huge slump, losing something like 6 out of their last 8 games or so. They've lost the last 3, I believe, so a good win for Alliance here, even though they're mostly entirely stand-ins. Anyway, so a much needed win for them. Unfortunately for Virtus.Pro, they couldn't win that one, but Alliance